Of course, we have seen the pressure on regional banks throughout the week. Jamie Dimon coming out yesterday and saying that this banking turmoil would have implications for years to come. How concerned are you about the stability and the health of the financial sector here in the U.S.?
Well, we are quite concerned because, it's a crisis of confidence, really. And so the Federal Reserve and Congress and Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury, came out and really, after Yellen had previously said no bailout, really backstopped the depositors all the way up even beyond our, government limit of 250,000. So that really sent a strong message to kind of keep at bay any additional psychological concern that this was systemic and that this was going to snowball into a sort of house of cards. So for right now, we did see still $90 billion withdrawn last week in the top 25 banks in the United States. So we still believe that, depositors are still skittish, but it's not a full-blown crisis, because a full-blown crisis honestly would be electronically over by one day by 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
So would you advise your clients to buy the dip in financials in these lenders?
Well, I would normally. That would be normal circumstances. But because we are really seeing a de-dollarization movement really take hold, we've been warning this to our clients for about the last 18 months in earnest, 24 months overall. We've been saying we're seeing a movement between the BRICS nations, the Shanghai Development Corporation, China's Belt and Road Infrastructure Project, to really align with 80% of the population of the world towards the east, towards Asia, and away from the west. Australia, New Zealand, and Japan, and Europe, obviously in the United States, Canada. And that's what we've been preparing for. So because this is unusual, and I believe it's the birth of a new system financially, central bank digital currencies, what have you, this is not a time to just expect that we'll just have a turnaround and buy the dip.
In what ways strategically are you leaning into a recession?
Well, we're trying to really see, it's a two-part thing, right? Are we recession, depression, and we recover and we get back to a normal kind of still dollar-based system, even though we have a lot of other countries de-dollarizing, or are we going to a new system? Right now, we've taken the position with our clients that we feel we really are going to a new system. And so we're much more commodities-based, hard asset-based. I'd say definitely some precious metals, definitely energy and utilities. But we're definitely defensive, definitely bearish, and we're really protective of even cash in banks, because this is going to be, unfortunately, if it does happen, it's going to be quite unfortunately fast and aggressive to the downside. So we have to be very careful right now. This is the approach we're taking.